Hello, my friend. How are you? Are we friends now? I think I need to, um, I need to find out how many episodes someone needs to listen to become my friend. How many episodes do you think someone should listen to? And once they are like, what's the threshold? What's the threshold for someone to become my friend after listening to this podcast? I don't know. Anyway, until then, hello, ordinary person. How are you? So, one of the statements we hear every day is be yourself. Have you discovered, have you realized that it's so difficult to be yourself? It's very difficult to be yourself, especially when people tell you to be yourself. Because we are still afraid of how people translate whatever we are doing. We are so cautious of every move that we make. Oh, before I proceed, my name is Richard Okonwu, and you are listening to Sometimes Curious, Often Confused. Okay, back to what I was saying. Have you realized how difficult it is for you to be yourself? It's very difficult to be yourself. If you have listened to my let's say if you have listened to my first 20 episodes, I don't know a particular number, but if you have listened to the first 20, you will know I sound different there compared to how I sound now. And it's not a surprise. I had a reset recently. Reset recently. Yeah, I had a conversation with a friend, and after that conversation, well, my life was changed. Sounds dramatic, I know. But I had a reset after I had that conversation. This friend of mine, whose permission I'm going to take before putting what she says, I don't know, is that too much? Is that extra? Hold on, before I proceed. I'm trying so hard. I've been trying so hard since I started this podcast. I've been trying not to be that kind of friend who, after they go into broadcast or journalism generally, they use their friends and their families, their personal stories to entertain the world. Kind of like what happened in Sex and the City. I don't know if anybody complained in that series. I don't know if any of the characters complained, but you notice that the main character, what's her name? I've forgotten her name. Her column was about her friend, her friend's sex life. And of course, I've been cautious of that idea even before I watched the series. I've been cautious of that idea of always oversharing, especially talking about what's happening in my friend's life or personal conversations that I had with them. So if you're listening to this, it means I have my friend's permission to talk about it. So we had a conversation last week, and this friend of mine, I recommended my podcast to her, told her to go and listen to my podcast. I don't know, that was not how I said it. The conversation started from, when did it even start? Somewhere along the line, I mentioned that I had a podcast, and she was like, wow, what's the name? Let me go and look it up. After searching for it on Google and everything, she was able to find it, but she couldn't listen to it because the apps that I've had uploaded them, including Spotify, she doesn't make use of any of those apps. Turns out that she uses AudioMac, and the podcast is available on AudioMac. AudioMac is very popular in Nigeria. So she went on AudioMac, she listened to the podcast, and before she listened, I told her, please, if you like the podcast, tell me. If you don't like the podcast, don't tell me. That day, I was very, very, I didn't feel like receiving any criticism that day. I didn't want anybody to say anything bad to me that day. But after listening, she said I sounded tense. And I was on break then. So she said I sounded tense. So I decided that I was going to spice up my podcast. Not spice it up per se. Actually, before we had that conversation, I already told myself I wanted to be much more present in my podcast. Because most of my episodes, I sounded tense. I sounded like what I thought I sounded like. Does that make sense? Like I was trying to replicate myself. I was trying to do a Richard impression. I was trying to sound like myself. And that was why I sounded tense. At least that's the only reason I can come up with. But I sounded like I was trying to create this image of myself as someone who is just, dramatically confused and curious and all those things. Now that I remember, that conversation with my friend wasn't last week. It was a few weeks ago. Well, that's by the way. And this thing that I just did now, this correction that I just gave myself, I wouldn't have done it before. I would have, tried to hide it. But I'm not ashamed of those episodes that I made though. I'm so proud of them because after making those episodes, doing those ones, talking that way, got me here. And I'm glad with how it is going now. Now this feels more like a diary. I know I don't I know I'm not explicit with the information. I don't usually name people, and I already told you why I don't do that because of privacy. But I'm going to share with you whatever I can. I will talk to you in the way I want to talk to you. I will talk to you as though I'm writing in a diary. We are going to think along together. So back to what I was saying. I don't need to go back to what I was saying. This is still the same subject. Being yourself is so it's not that easy. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. It's complicated. It's not that easy. I can recall a number of times that people have told me, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. The moment that someone tells me be yourself, I start wondering, how do I have to behave in order to be myself? I think it's easier to make someone else's impression. It's easier to try to sound like someone else versus sounding like yourself. It's not easy to be yourself. And we're usually stuck in that loop. The loop, it starts with something like, and it's in no particular order, but I'm going to try. It's like, I want to be myself, but will people like me? Okay, now that I am who I think they want me to be, I don't feel like myself anymore. That means I need to be more of myself. And now that I'm more of myself, I don't think they like me as much as. Do you understand? It's constantly who do I want to be versus who do people want me to be? Who do I want to be versus who do people want me to be? And there is too much of both, to be honest. There is too much of being yourself. There is too much of being yourself. Sometimes we try to be ourselves, and in the process of trying to be ourselves, we overdo. We do things that we wouldn't even do on a regular day just because we have become so comfortable. Just because, like, we now feel ourselves too much. You now feel like, oh, like, do you understand what I'm saying? You feel so comfortable that you start overdoing things. Sometimes it's almost as if sometimes we are scared that things are too good to be true. And it's not just about content creation, it's everywhere. It's in our relationship with people. You are with this person and you are being yourself around them so far, but they don't treat you the way other people treat you when you are yourself. When you're around other people, they think of you as awkward, they think of you as weird. But now you're around this person, they treat you differently. And somehow you feel like they have an ulterior motive. And even when you don't think that they have an ulterior motive, you want to make sure that they don't have an ulterior motive. And you end up disappointed because this person is with you because they like you for who you are. And so what do? You start trying to spoil it. You start trying to destroy it because you feel like there is still something they are not seeing. You feel like you are worse than they think you are. And that's how we ruin things. That's how we destroy beautiful relationships. Because you want to be yourself. You want to be too much of yourself. Yes, I know on a regular you sit on the floor in your room to eat rather than using the dining. I know you do that when no one is looking. But then this person is looking now and you are sitting on the kitchen floor, something you don't usually do. We are not just the ones that, like, it's everywhere. It's in reality TV. Do you understand what I'm saying? You try to give people the unfiltered version of you. But that unfiltered version of you still has regulation, even when you are the only one. Like, you still try to regulate yourself. It's not every day that you try to eat on the floor. I don't know why I'm stuck with that example, but it's not every day that you want to eat on the floor. It's not every day, right? But now you have this person around and you want to show them that I'm not like other people. Oh, I hope you know I eat on the floor. Nobody says that, but you understand what I'm saying? And I don't mean eating from the floor, please. I don't mean eating from the floor. It's not like you left your food on the floor and you're eating it. Like, it's on the plate, of course, but it's placed on the floor, which is how most of us eat when we are alone. Yes, you don't catch me. And the thing is, when people come out as this version of themselves on social media, they get a lot of compliments. Somehow, I feel like this thing I'm saying now should be a separate episode of it soon, because this idea of exaggerated realness, it's disturbing. It's everywhere. People are just trying to overdo things. Everybody is overdoing it. Not everybody, but a lot of people are overdoing it. Oh my God, you are so real. You're so real. You're not like all those Instagram people that are faking their life. Please go and sit down. Go and sit down, please. Go and sit. It's too much, I beg. It's too much. Don't get me wrong, oh. I appreciate people being themselves. Oh God. I appreciate people being themselves. I appreciate people being themselves, people showing their flaws, because it connects us with people, right? Some of the people that have inspired me, the reason they were able to inspire me was because I was able to see that they could make mistakes. And I asked myself, this mistake that this person made, why did he not turn me off? Why was I not disappointed? Why did I not click away? Why did I not select the next content? Why am I stuck here? People don't say your content is relatable when you are pretending like you have a perfect life, of course. But I feel there should still be a regulation. There should still be some kind of limit to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't overdo it. When you overdo it, you're not yourself anymore. The realness is gone. It's gone. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. And this is for everyone that has been trying to be themselves around people. The easiest way to be yourself is to stop thinking about it. God, how did I even come up with that? I don't know, it just came to me. But the easiest way to be yourself is to stop thinking about it. Just stop thinking about being yourself. Stop thinking about it. If you constantly have it in your mind, it's either you overperform or you underperform. You cannot constantly be thinking about being yourself and it doesn't work that way. You have to get it off your mind. You have to relax. You have to breathe. You have to put some filter. You have to regulate. You have to know what is like things you shouldn't be sharing. You have to respect other people's privacy, other people that are in your life. You have to respect them. If they are not okay with you sharing something about them, if they are not okay with it, then don't do it. Fine, if you want to share everything about your life, that's okay. Share it. Share it. That's okay for you. Share it. But people should not have to be forced into this your reality TV. This your reality show. People should not be forced into this your reality show. Give people in your life permission to sign out. Give people in your life permission to log out. Give them permission to say, hey, this particular one, I don't want to be here. So if you didn't learn anything today, the easiest way to be yourself is to stop thinking about it. But not when you're overdoing it. That's all I want to say. And if you still want me to expand on this idea of overdoing the reality, overdoing it, let me know. So again, my name is Richard Okongu, and this is Sometimes Curious, Often Confused. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to follow on Instagram. If you want to send an email, send an email. The links and the address are in the description. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one.